Tell it from your end, because obviously you watched the video.
Yeah, so I guess they were sparring, and I did listen to Cody retell it because you kind of can't tell from the video exactly what happened. But apparently, what they were doing was they're sparring, and I guess Jean-Claude Van Damme is a friend of the team, so he's come in.
Hold on. I very much doubt they were sparring.
Well, I guess Jean-Claude.
Were they teaching drilling techniques? Because from the story that I heard Cody tell was that they were exchanging kicking techniques. Of course, Van Damme. Listen, you've got to give it to Van Damme because of course he's a movie star and whatever, and his background was in ballet. But that guy's super flexible, and he does have an incredible kicking repertoire. And I think that he was showing Cody some kicking technique, and then boom. He just kicked him square in the face and like bust all his lips and stuff like that. And it was funny because it reminds me of old traditional martial arts instructors. Old traditional martial arts instructors, they want to, they know they're not going to get punched back, but they want to make the moves look really good and menacing. So when they show it on whoever the instructional dummy is, they'll say, you over there, come here. And then they'll basically just abuse that guy. They'll bend his arms backwards. They'll pull the hair. They'll hit them in the stomach. They'll do it really hard so it looks like a good technique. And it just reminded me of that. And there's Van Damme, and he's doing his thing, and then kicks Cody in the face. And apparently Cody had to walk away because his blood was boiling a little bit.
Yeah. I guess he got really pissed off, and he was like, "I'm gonna punch this fucking guy in his stupid 56-year-old head." And he had also just lost. I believe this is right after he had lost to TJ Dillashaw. So
yeah,
I'm sure like, I don't know exactly, how much, emotions were still high after that, but he's fucking just not in a good place overall. And this fucking actor comes in and kicks him in the face. But it was kind of funny.
But what do you do in that scenario though? Because obviously he's trying to teach, and maybe he's taking a little bit of a liberty, but still, you're not trying to hurt anyone. And as I said, in martial arts, sometimes when people are demonstrating a technique, they might go a little bit, over the edge, if you will, but they're still just trying to show a technique. So you've got to take it. You've got no choice. You have to take it. But then, of course, he kicks you right in the face, splits your lip open, and you walk away. It's a difficult spot because, of course, remember, it's also a Jean-Claude Van Damme, so you can't really lose your shit at him. You've got to give him some respect,
Well, apparently, what happened was Cody left and got pissed, and then Jean-Claude Van Damme fell on the floor and started crying and was like, "I'm so sorry." I mean, he was really upset. And I guess the video that came out there, I guess people thought that Cody had hit him, and that's why he started crying. But it was kind of a fiasco, more or less a silly tale more than anything else. It wasn't a real thing.
No. It was a bit of fun. It was just funny hearing Cody. The way he told it kind of cracked me up. Who knows? Maybe Van Damme, maybe it was an accident. Maybe he tried to get close, and just kind of misjudged it a little bit. Have you ever done that, Lewis? Have you ever gone to throw a punch, but just demonstrating the big prowess, the physical prowess that is Luis J. Gomez, but meant to pull it and actually connected?
I feel like you're being sarcastic. And
I am being a little sarcastic, but I'm leading into a good story.
Yeah. No, not really. I mean, fucking around. Obviously, me and my girlfriend will play fight and grapple, and every once in a while, I'll quote unquote accidentally hit her a little too hard, but
Oh God, tell that story at the Golden Globes.
Yeah, right. Hashtag me too.
Yeah. I did a movie, when was it? 2013 with a good friend of mine in England, Noel Clarke. He's a actor, producer, director, very talented man. And he did this movie called The Anomaly, and I played this Russian pimp called Sergio. And I had a brothel, and in the movie, he wakes up in this brothel, and he's trying to leave. Anyway, lo and behold, a fight breaks out. Now, in this scene, all I had to do, he comes at me, he throws a punch. I had to just parry the punch, to the side, throw one shot, which drops him. Okay? Now, of course, you rehearse it. He throws the shot, I parry the shot, I throw the right hook. Okay, misses. Do it again. Do it 2-3 times, get the timing down. Boom, boom, boom. Yep, sweet. Okay. Now, 2013, I just had surgery for my detached retina. Okay. And I was still recovering from that. And my eyesight wasn't still, my peripheral, and just my depth perception was a little affected. And, in the rehearsals, you got nice and slow, but on the movie, I want to make it look good. I want to make it look like I can pack a punch. So Noel Clark, he throws the jab or whatever it was. I parry the shot. I catch the hand, and then woof, I swing the shot as hard as I can. Now, thank God I didn't fully connect. Otherwise, there would have been a problem. Bearing in mind, this guy was the director, the producer, the writer, and the star of the movie. If something went wrong with this guy, it's a big fucking problem. But I throw the punch, and I fucking missed, I fuck up the distancing a little bit. And as I throw it, my knuckle just clips his chin a little bit. Anyway, he goes down on the floor. And as he goes down, I'm like, fuck, shit. Because I thought I punched him in the face. And he's on the floor and he goes, cut. He shouts out cut between his teeth because he can't move his jaw.
That's hilarious.
What's that?
That's fucking hilarious. He has to direct the movie with a broken jaw.
I'm like, oh my God, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. And he's on the floor and his jaw's like really hurt. And all like the assistants and whatnot, the runners, they're getting him ice for his jaw and shit like that. And I'm like, dude, fuck, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean that. Anyway, so we watch it back and the take was beautiful. We watch it back, it's in slow motion. I swing this punch, it connects. But then you just see me in slow motion. As I hit him, then I just go, no. So we had to redo it. It was totally ruined. But Noel was a very good sport about it. His jaw was okay. It was only a love tap, but he dined out on that one for a while. So we're all good.
You told me, on some of your movies, the guys that are on set, that are fighting and fight choreographers, those are fucking actual badass dudes. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're not like world-class mixed martial artists, but they're still badasses. So it's like somebody like Jean-Claude Van Damme, who has been training his martial arts his whole life, who has fucking...
Sure.
I don't know exactly how much real life combat he has, but even if you're punching a fucking heavy bag and kicking a heavy bag every day of your life for 25 years, you're going to be able to do it a lot better than the fucking average guy. You know what I'm saying? No, so getting hit by a guy like that.
100%. And then also, as you said, a lot of the stunt guys, they are tough guys. Stunt guys in the movies, well, they do the stunts. They make everything look real. They bring in the body double for the actor and they make it look legit. And those guys... whenever I do fight scenes with stuntmen or whatever, I try and be as respectful as possible, because you got to respect the person. You don't want them to get hurt. You don't want them to get injured. They're all going home to the families, the wives, girlfriends, whatever it is, and they're just there for a paycheck, just like everybody else. So you got to treat them with respect. But the stories that you hear is that sometimes people don't, and they're like, well, listen, they're stuntmen. That's what they're here for. And yeah, they're tough sons of bitches. So maybe, maybe Van Damme was just used to kicking him in the face. Maybe it was an accident. Who knows? It was a very funny story either way. Yeah. This is going to be the last year, of course, that I fight. I'm pretty much retired. Maybe not one more fight. And I've got to focus on what's next in my career, so now it's time to take the bull by the horns because there's going to be an element of uncertainty there for me. Of course, I've always had the fighting to fall back on, and there's always been paydays from that. And my family are accustomed to a certain lifestyle, and I want to keep them. I want to maintain the lifestyle that we have. So to do that, I've got to get my ass in gear. I've got to take the bull by the horns. I've got to be productive. I've got to work out. I've got to look after my body. I've got to respond to fucking emails. I've got to do all these things that, which when you're a professional fighter, you can get away with a lot of stuff because at the end of the day, if you just turn up to the cage in shape, on weight, that's the most important thing. But when you're trying to build other things, other avenues, an empire outside of fighting, you're just back to being the average bloke, the average guy, whereas if you're one of the best in the world or a world champion, you can get away with a few things. So certainly a lot of changes.
Yeah, I agree with like literally almost all of that. I think that the problem is, we hit the new year and we everyone does this, right? When you start a diet or you start a workout routine, whatever, you go for some reason, let's say on Thursday you decide, you know what, dude, it's a new fucking me. For some reason, we always go, all right, I'm going to start on Monday. I'm going to quit smoking cigarettes on Monday. It needs to be the beginning of the week or the beginning of the year, the beginning of the month. And you don't really need to do that, but you kind of have that mental switch, so everyone takes the excuse. I'm really, I think on a higher level, I look at my, like if my life were like a business, right? And you look at every element of it, whether it's like, the comedy and the podcasting and my career, my health, my relationships, the way I communicate with my friends, my, my personal well-being, my, all of the different elements. If I looked at them as different departments of this business, right? I need to start managing all of those departments at a much higher level. And I need to start looking at all of those departments like they're independently as important. And if I was being paid as a manager of a business, how would I manage that department to make sure that it was running as efficiently as possible? And am I really doing that right now? And then I go, no, there's no fucking way. If I was paying somebody to run my health, right? Would I be happy with the results that they're getting me? I would fucking have them executed. So I've been trying to step back and in every single area of my life, almost literally look at it that way and try to almost like quantify the results and really say, hey, dude, you know what? Let me really look at my health as being a thing that's very tangible, really look at my career, really look at my relationships, and on a higher level, just try to execute.
Wow. That is an amazing way to look at it. It really is, because as you said, if you were paying someone to look after your health, if you were paying someone to run the business side of things, of your podcasting, comedian career, whatever it is, let's start with the health thing. If you were paying someone to look after your health, you would make sure that you worked out at least 3 times a week. Your diet was correct. You didn't abuse your body with alcohol or other toxins. You got a lot of sleep. So if you were paying someone else and you can outline the parameters and what you require and what you need and what you expect, then it's weird and it's just the curse of human nature why you can't do that yourself. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The discipline, the lack of discipline.
You know exactly what the answer is.
Human beings have. It's crazy. You can sit there, you put it in black and white. If I'm paying you, I want you to do this, that, and the other. But you can't, or you struggle to do it yourself. It's a very, very strange dichotomy. Is that the conundrum? I'm not sure what the fucking word is, but you get my point.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, but I agree. Same thing. I mean, with business as well. If I was paying somebody to run my business side of things, I have some things going on now. I want the emails responded to quickly. I need the answers to the questions that are being asked given quickly. I need all the information given to whatever party. I've got some deals going on right now. I could be better in